Yeah, so I was very excited for this game, returning to play in the Philippines. We were back and forth in the first half for sure, and then we went into halftime very positive and came out in the second. And defensively, I think we were great. So I definitely had to get the win in the second and miss the Philippines.
Coach gave us a couple simple goals before the game. One of them was to win the rebounding battle by 10, which we were able to do, and for us to have good defensive quarters to try and get a few of them. And I thought his defense in the second half was amazing. I think the challenge that the coaching staff gave us as well was to talk more on defense. And they have one of the best scorers. He's just amazing. Zach Lofton is just such an amazing scorer. And it took everything. We were just, the coaches were just flying in different players. And big credit to our bench. Hayden and Amigo came in with big time energy, as well as other players. But just the energy and the depth that we were able to use, I thought was a big difference. You can see in the second half they were pretty tired.
Okay, thanks guys. Questions, please.
Hi, Jeremy. So prior to coming here, were you aware of just this type of love that the Filipino fans have for you and the influence that you have on this particular fan base?
Yeah, so I came out here, I think it was 2013. I played one preseason game. And then right after that, we went to Taipei to play the next preseason game. And, my parents were born and raised in Taipei. And people always ask me, like, what was that experience like? And I was like, honestly, they're equally crazy. They're equally crazy. Like, I knew that since 2013, since I came here, I was like, it's fan crazy. It's kind of real. So it's awesome. I think they didn't talk about why they missed it so much and try to be reason why.
Don't be shy.
So Jeremy, there was the incident with Lofton wherein he got a technical. I think it was John with you were shaking your head. Could you share with us a bit of what was going on there?
He wasn't John with me, he was John with the ref. He felt like he got fouled, and I just was quite sure that I didn't foul him, and I didn't think Kenny fouled him, but maybe we did, maybe we didn't. But it wasn't anything, like, it wasn't us talking back and forth. He was just talking to the ref. I just was politely trying to say I disagree.
Next question.
Jeremy, Randy Hollis Jefferson approached you after the game. Talk about your relationship with him.
He's like a little brother. He's through all my 9 years in NBA. He's one of my closest friends through those 9 years. Today's his birthday, so I'm gonna come out on his birthday to bring his brother and their families out on his birthday. His father. He's just a great guy, and he's killing it out here, doing a great job, and I know he's having a lot of fun, so I appreciate his support for the Kings.
Next question. Yeah. Can you pass the mic back?
Jeremy, welcome back to the Philippines. In the third quarter, you had the 11-0 run and you had back-to-back breaks. How big was that for you guys?
Yeah, I think, again, our coaching staff is making a big emphasis on trying to play playing on both sides of the floor to be more unpredictable, to get better flow, and to get better ball movement. Honestly, like, Joe, he created a lot for me today. He gave me a lot of closeout situations. And, I haven't seen those closeout situations in a bit. So for me to kind of get loose a little bit and get some it just felt really good to kind of be able to move off the ball. And that's something I'm trying to get better at. We have a lot of playmakers on this team. Joe, obviously, Kenny, and Amigo, and Wheaton. There's a lot of guys, Aiden, there's a lot of guys who put the ball down and make plays, distribute the ball. And so we're just trying to make it pretty hard to guard. And I just happen to be in that stretch to receive some really good passes.
question.
Hi Jeremy, welcome back to the Philippines. I just want to ask, as someone that has been in the Philippines before, and you've also known other players who have also come to the Philippines and whether playing basketball or just visiting, let's say Nick Young, Ronde, Kobe before, have they told you anything specifically that, that you still remember until today about the country?
I mean, the word that everyone always describes is crazy. It's just crazy. And I think, when a lot of former teammates, like this is definitely one of the destinations when they talk about, like in the summer and the off season, like, oh, we're going to go on an endorsement tour, or we have to do this or that, like where are we going? Like, the Philippines is a top destination that everybody wants to be at. That's like for sure.
From the front.
Yeah, question for Hayden and Jeremy. So both of you now have experience playing against. I got you, man. Both of you have experience now playing against Filipino teams. Jeremy, you albeit just a very small sample size, but Hayden, you've played here in when you were back in the Bay Area. So what's like the hardest part, or like the toughest thing about playing against a crowd like this and a team like the Filipino team?
Well, the players play very physical, and that's one of the things I think the Filipinos pride themselves on. And then the crowd is just into it all game, and they'll support both teams, whatever, whether it's like they're supporting both teams or one team, like they're just high energy, and it's just a fun atmosphere playing. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
I agree with him. Just physical. It's physical. They play physical. Even like Cliff Hodge is a great example. He's playing a four-man position. He's 6'4", but I can see why. Because he's very physical. He's smart. He does his job really well. And it's everything difficult. So they just play hard. Play hard to play physical. I think that's the best type of basketball you want to play.
So Jeremy, what's the difference between the Philippine basketball fandom when you were here in 2013 and now in 2020? What's the difference between the two fandoms in the Philippines?
It's a different experience. Like when I came in 2013, it was with the NBA, it was with the Rockets and Pacers, and that's what you're talking about, a whole different level of. That thing was. We literally couldn't even like barely walk out of the lobby of our hotel. I remember we went to like Mall of America or something, and there was like hundreds of people following us. It was, that's obviously a different level of production, marketing, and awareness. But the enthusiasm, like you just feel the enthusiasm everywhere you go. Everyone, even in the interactions, if it's just one-on-one, one-on-two, like you'll feel that like deep passion for the game of basketball. It's what Coach was saying. It's great to be here. Right? You feel it everywhere you go.
Any question this side?
Question for Coach. Both players have mentioned the physicality of how Philippine teams play. Does that physicality factor in when you're drawing up the game plan against Filipino teams? And if so, how much does it affect?
Not as much strategy-wise, but more mental than anything else. Making sure our players keep their composure. I keep my composure. If I'm going crazy, these guys are going to start going crazy. So I try to keep my composure, but I try to stick up for them as well. So, in Taiwan, it's pretty physical as well. They allow a lot of play. They do the same thing. They do a really good job of it. I think our guys did a really good job of playing through the contact, not taking plays off, making sure that we try to play as full game as possible. So mentally, that's the biggest hurdle, is making sure that we're playing through that contact and not taking plays off.
One more question, guys. Anyone that hasn't asked one? Want to go?
Coach, you're still undefeated in the group stage. What's the momentum that this can bring to the rest of the league and of course in the domestic competition?
Yeah, I think it's, the big thing is for us to stay positive and ride the momentum as much as possible. Basketball is a game of momentum. Us being able to build off the things that we do positively on the court, making sure we make corrections with the negative things, the things that we can get better at. So for us, it's making sure we have a clear mind, making sure we're staying together, that we're positive, even when things are going wrong. So for us, it's just we really take things one day at a time. We don't look too far ahead. So when we fly back to Taiwan, we have another domestic league game, so that'll be our focus next. And then once we get back to EASL play next week, that'll be our focus next week.
Thank you.
All right, that's it, folks. Coach, Jeremy, again, thank you very much.
Thank you. Down the cover.
Thank you guys. I had a question. They didn't pick you.